Since it's been getting warmer outside, I think that we should all be reminded to be drinking a lot of water and to be staying hydrated, because I don't want any of you guys passing out from not drinking water. And I took the label off because I didn't want anybody to think that I was supporting any particular bottle company. I just bought whatever the cheapest was. I noticed that I've been getting a lot of new subscribers lately, and I was checking out my demographic, and I noticed that about 60% of you guys are women. So I need to start saying you girls from now on to be less sexist. And about 50% of y'all are under the age of 17. And it makes me wonder, if I was a lesbian, would my demographic be opposite? Like, would I have 60% males and 50% of them be like over 17? Like, would it totally flip-flop if the situation was different? I think it's funny that I still keep getting comments from people asking if I'm gay or if I'm straight, because I think it's just so funny to me, because this has been like a problem that I've had my entire life, that I'm not exactly quite straight enough for people to look at me and be like, yes, this is my straight bro, but I'm not gay enough that people look at me and they're like, oh yes, you're my gay friend. And I think that that's funny that this is like a thing that keeps happening throughout my entire life. I have pointed this out previously in, I think, other videos, even on Tumblr, that I have such a derpy face. And for those of you who don't know what derp is, look at my screen caps. You'll know what derp is very quickly if you just look at the screen caps that I provide. I have noticed during editing that I make a lot of strange faces in between thoughts and in between sentences and words, and my face just kind of goes into this natural resting position of awkward. So I asked you guys on Facebook what you thought about it, and a couple people responded, and I'm thinking about doing the Draw My Life thing that everyone else is doing, just because I don't think I have anything like that. I have a lot of stuff on my channel about myself and my past and my life, but I don't have anything that talks really about beyond when I first started YouTube, other than just a couple here and there things. And so I'm thinking about doing that. If that's something you'd be interested in seeing, let me know in the comments, and that will definitely be something that will happen in the future. As many of you know from watching my channel for a long time, if you've been a long time subscriber, I'm not really into bandwagons or like doing things that other tubers are doing. That's just not my thing, that's not my style. And so when like something gets really big, usually I'm late to the game and I'm there like a month or two later after it's already passed, because I don't like to ride the waves of things, and I don't like to just jump on something in the same way that, like, if there was a really popular fashion going on, like, I wouldn't start wearing those clothes till months later, because I don't want to be that person that was like, I started doing it when everybody else did it, or, you know, I started wearing those clothes when everybody else did it. You know, I just, that's not my thing, that's not my style, it's just never how I've operated. I'm kind of like one of those rebels with a cause without a cause. I've always been like that since I was a little kid. I was always that person that when popular things were happening, I purposely avoided it, and then I would start doing it later on. The only real exception that I can think of is Neopets, because I was really into that, and even now I still go on every once in a while, and my poor Neopets are just, they're starving and dying. And I feel so bad. It feels like Arms of an Angel should come on anytime that I open it up, because I just see their sad droopy faces crying, and it's like, I'm starving. And I swear Poncho would be dead by now if he didn't remind me that he needs to be fed, because I was so bad at feeding those dang Neopets. My cats, I've been really good at feeding them when it was time, so I think Poncho would still be okay if he didn't remind me, but I think that's the only reason why he remains well fed, is because he tells me when he's hungry, and that's helpful. And speaking of food, I have mentioned it before, but it's becoming more and more of a reality that I am going to eventually move on to culinary school. So hopefully, I'm going to try to make this a goal. And I kind of wanted to talk about this today, since we are coming into like the summertime period and we're like not exactly halfway through the year, but we're getting close to that point. I think that this is a perfect time to look at goals that we set for ourselves on New Year's and evaluate those and say, where am I at? What have I been doing with my year, and am I in the place that I wanted to be at the beginning of the year? And from here, and I don't really remember if I set any actual goals for myself, so from this point I am setting a goal that at least, I'm gonna be broad, at least 2 years from now I want to be in culinary school. and start doing that and make that a journey for my life, because I think a year is a little lofty and I don't think it's going to provide me enough time to save up enough money to be able to make those steps. But if things turn around and if I can make some more money and generate more income to be able to launch that sooner, I want to make that happen within at least 2 years. So before December of 2015, I want to be in culinary school. So let's make that a goal for me. And for you guys that are watching this, if you guys made any goals at the beginning of the year, where are you at right now? Are you reaching that goal? Have you not even started that goal? And if you haven't, because it's not a goal that you actually care about anymore, come up with a new one and let me know what that is. And then we can kind of like dialogue about that and have conversations about those things, because that's fun and that's good for people to talk about things that are important to them. And so that is what I want for today. That's my comment question for today. And I will see you guys all again next time. Peace out. Take a mouse.